We had a lot of good times together. And I could have still used you. Damn it, boy. What's up, YouTube? So a couple weeks ago I actually dropped this video, if y'all remember it, talking about the SpeedQB rules and whatnot. But the thing is, was that an update to the format, the platform, having to do with the mags. A mag limit is what they place us on, a 4 mag limit, not 1,000 rounds, not 800 rounds, 4 mag limit. Well, the thing is, I even changed platforms for this. As y'all know, I used to run an ARP. Well, maybe not all y'all know, but the majority of y'all maybe know, or if you see me on Instagram, I used to run an ARP9. This is the exact lower from it. Ended up switching my platform from the ARP9 to the M4 so I could use the EPM1s, and in turn be able to use 4 of them and gain 1,000 BBs, opposed to 4 mags of ARP9 Classic Army 120 mags. I would have had 480 rounds per round. Okay, so let's go ahead and just look at the new rules for this real quick. So what SpeedQB has done is now put us, instead of a mag limit, they put us to a round limit. So there is a 1,000 round max, or 1,000 round max per round, all classes. So in that case, you still get to do it for pistols, you could do it for M4s, but you also get to do this for, if you scroll down, you have the M4 platform, which you would have the 6 per or EPMs, your regular EPMs, the SpeedQB ones. I'm sure y'all have seen them. You're gonna have 6 of those because those are 150 round mags. The EPM1Ss, which are the little mini ones, they're 170 rounds, so you can have 5 mags per round. The murder mags, 5 rounds. Those are 200 round mags. The EPM1s, these are the ones I was talking about running, which are 250 round per mag. You can have 4 of them. Again, back up to the 1,000 round. So to basically double it up, the ARP9 platform, and I kind of was thinking they would eventually go in this direction, man, because I know not only myself but a whole bunch of y'all use the ARP9. It's just a solid little platform. A lot of people seem to like it. It's good SMG, especially if there's a minimum engagement field that you're at. You just kind of like, the hell with that. I don't have minimum engagement, for the majority of the time. It's just basically run just like a pistol. As long as you're running under the joule limit that you would have to have for the standard field, opposed to your M4 joule limit, or FPS. But you get 8 of them. 8 mags, 120 round mags for this platform. I used to carry 11 of these things. Yes, 11 of them on a SpeedQB build. It was a lot, but it really wasn't. I mean, being how thin they are and they're just basically sticks, it wasn't really that big of a deal. But man, hands, my hat's off to SpeedQB, because they listened. Obviously, they heard from the community that people are like, this is kind of silly that I'm having to give up a whole platform, or I'm running same amount of mags with half the ammo. Because Classic Army for the ARP9 is the highest mag that you can get. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the 120 mags, besides the high cap, but which high cap wasn't allowed anyways, for SpeedQB to be used, was your highest limit. And that was a bit booty there, SpeedQB. But I'm glad they adjusted this, they fixed this. So they heard the community, listened to the community. SpeedQB is really good about listening to their community, their players. And what we got to say, and shouts out to them. But with the feathering thing, this is another thing that I talked about in the last recent video. It was the no feathering. Okay, so what we talked about before, the trigger hand must be holding the grip, the thumb wrapped behind the grip, no floating thumb, no feathering. So they got a little bit more details of that. So I know a lot of people are still talking about maybe, give me a second, was basically still talking about maybe holding the gun, and even while you're holding it, maybe just rocking your hand real quick. So you're kind of trying to cheat the system there. You're still holding the grip. My thumb's wrapped around it, but basically just kind of just vibrating your hand. And I think that's bogus, man. And so since these rules come out, we was in Nashville last weekend playing the monthly SpeedQB tournament, and I'll give it a second. You see, this is no feathering of the trigger at all. This is me just pulling the trigger one at a time, and I did tune mine a little bit more, but even then it's not that fast. But it was great. I enjoyed it, and I hope that this rule stays in force at all times. Check us out. See, so you can see that there's just, it's not as fast, because I was one that sit there and, in the back line as an anchor one, or playing home, feather the trigger. I mean, I'm getting feathered at them, feathering back. I'm trying to take opponents out with this specific feather of just spamming the trigger. But yeah, man, it made such a difference. It really did. Made the game a little bit more, I had to be cautious about my rounds. I didn't end up running out at any given time, because I even mentioned this in my last video, where it says, players can swap mags between rounds during 60-second reset. So as soon as that round's over and you go into the next round, Nashville does it a 2 out of 3, best 2 out of 3 you go. But official SpeedQB rules, you usually play to 3 rounds. So your 60 seconds, you can drop these 4 mags off, boom. If you had somebody filling up mags on the side for you, load them up, get back over to the other wall, start the round again, and you're starting with a whole new reset of mags. So I'm glad that they threw that in there, that this is actually part of the rules, that you can do that. Hey man, but shout out Roy. Hey man, awesome. I'm glad y'all are doing this. I think Sapo touched on this not too long ago. We appreciate it, we really do. Tell me what y'all's thoughts are. Have you played it this way yet? Have you had to play these rules, whether this new one or play the old one? Well, now I already call it old, but just from a few weeks ago before this little update. Tell me what you thought about it. If you're enjoying it, give me a thumbs up. If you're enjoying this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so below, and I'll catch you on the next one.